Hey there, TRASTRA fans. This week in Cryptoverse has been marked by significant developments with XRP remaining in the spotlight. No spoilers, keep watching. The Federal Reserve's launch of the FedNow Service, an instant payment system for banks and credit unions, not for retail customers. The introduction in the US of a brand new Crypto Asset National Security Enhancement and Enforcement Act, it's a mouthful, that could significantly tighten KYC and AML regulations for DeFi. We'll talk about that. The UK's FCA also targets crypto memes and financial influencers for non-compliance with financial promotion rules. Kuwait's prohibition of cryptocurrencies for investments, payments, and mining basically means that it's a ban on crypto. Too bad. Despite a bear market, Bitcoin's performance remains solid with miners remaining bullish. However, the legal victory of self-proclaimed Bitcoin inventor Craig Wright in the UK adds a layer of complexity to the crypto landscape. We'll also look into that a little bit. She rapper Razzlekhan and her hubby plea bargain, but still are liable to spend a couple of decades behind bars. We'll refresh your memory of the $4.6 billion 2016 Bitfinex hack and much, much more. So let's get right into it. The Federal Reserve has officially launched its instant payment system, the FedNow Service. This tool, available 24/7, 365, enables banks and credit unions of all sizes to facilitate immediate customer money transfers. Initially, 35 banks, credit unions, and the U.S. Department of the Treasury's Bureau of the Fiscal Service are equipped to handle payments through FedNow. Additionally, 16 service providers are ready to offer payment processing support. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell stated that the FedNow service was built to make everyday payments faster and more convenient. He emphasized that it's unrelated to a digital currency and is not a step toward eliminating any form of payment, including cash. It is a new tool for banks and credit unions to transfer funds for their customers, similar to Federal Reserve payment services like FedWire and FedAct. A list of early adopters and further information can be found on the Federal Reserve Financial Service website. I'll make sure to drop the link in the description. And please let me know in the comments if you want me to produce a video on what those federal payment services are and what's the difference between them. It's a fascinating subject to me, but I realize there may not be that many US monetary system enthusiasts out there. So anyway, moving on. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler has commented publicly about the recent ruling on the agency's suit against Ripple, saying the SEC is still looking at it and assessing the options. Gensler declined to comment further on the case, but said the commission is pleased with the court's decision, stating that XRP was a security when sold to institutional investors, but disappointed with the non-security ruling for retail investors and other XRP distributions. However, in a July 15th Twitter thread, Han Venture CEO Katie Han explained that the securities regulator will likely stay quiet as it benefits from the current confusion. I'll take that in air quotes, current confusion, that's what she said. And that losing an appeal could jeopardize its further enforcement action. Will it, won't it? We'll know soon enough. In the meantime, the SEC versus Ripple Labs legal battle continues, with the SEC requesting a federal judge to disregard parts of the ruling, arguing it doesn't reflect existing securities regulations. This development will definitely lead to further legal proceedings, exerting more pressure on XRP. So the mess the SEC created, according to Ripple CEO Brett Garlinghouse, is far from over. United States Senator Jack Reed sponsored a bipartisan bill introduced into the Senate on July 18th that would tighten Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering regulations and sanction requirements for decentralized finance. According to a news release on Reed's website, the bill is titled the Crypto Asset National Security Enhancement and Enforcement Act. The bill would subject DeFi operators to the same requirements as other financial companies, including centralized crypto trading platforms, casinos, and even pawn shops. The proposal also makes anyone who controls the project liable for the use of the DeFi service by sanctioned persons. The bill also sets new requirements for crypto kiosks and ATMs operators to prevent their use in money laundering. Kiosk operators would be required to verify the identities of both counterparties in a transaction. I don't know how that's possible, to be perfectly honest with you. Crypto Twitter has wasted no time in condemning the bill. One commenter called it an existential threat to DeFi and a non-starter. Another said that imposing control responsibility for a 25mm investment, whatever that means, is going to chill VC investment in the DeFi because passive token holding does not equal control. I don't know. The UK's Financial Conduct Authority, FCA, has proposed new guidance that targets crypto memes and financial influencers, or finfluencers, as they put it, for non-compliance with financial promotion rules. The FCA has observed that many crypto firms' memes circulated online are subject to its promotional rules, but this is often not realized. The regulator considers crypto a high-risk investment and requires risk warnings and a ban on investment incentives in its advertisements. In Q4 2022, 69% of financial promotions on websites or social media from authorized firms were amended or withdrawn following FCA intervention. The FCA has also noticed an increase in influencers promoting financial products they have little knowledge of, typically targeting a younger audience. It warned influencers that their promotions could be punishable by up to 2 years in jail, an unlimited fine, or both. This law applies even to promotions from outside the UK that could have an effect in the country. A 2021 FCA survey found 58% of respondents under 40 years old cited hype from social media and the news as reasons for their investment in high-risk products. Public comments on the proposed guidance are open till September 11th, so feel free to chime in. Kuwait's financial authority has issued a circular prohibiting the use of cryptocurrencies for investments or payments and outlawing the mining of any digital assets. The Capital Markets Authority has also, that's the financial regulator in Kuwait, the Capital Markets Authority has also warned the public that businesses are not allowed to offer any services related to cryptocurrencies. However, this restriction does not apply to securities governed by the Central Bank of Kuwait or other securities and financial instruments governed by the Capital Markets Authority. This move is in response to a sector assessment by the National Committee for Combating Money Laundering and Financing of Terrorism and aims to comply with the Financial Action Task Force's global recommendations for crypto assets. Despite the FATF not requesting nations to outlaw cryptocurrency, they're expected to implement measures to prevent money laundering and comply with the FATF's travel rule. The agency has also warned citizens that the risks of using unregulated, volatile, and encrypted cryptocurrencies might be very significant. Binance Labs has invested $100 million in Radiant Capital, a DeFi lending protocol. The investment aims to simplify the process of consumers to lend or borrow money across multiple blockchains. Well, not money, crypto assets, obviously. Radiant Capital, already based on Layer Zero Labs, a company funded by Binance, funded and founded by Binance, will use the funds. Radiant Capital, already based on Layer Zero Labs, a company funded by Binance. So Layer Zero Labs will use the funds to expand its capacity to other blockchains. The goal is to be chain agnostic, launching on any EVM compatible chain that receives a majority vote from the DAO. Currently, Radiant supports 10 different types of digital assets, including stablecoins like USDC and tokens like ETH and ARB. With the new investment, up to 20 additional assets deemed secure by the DAO will be supported once they arrive on the mainnet. Binance Labs has previously backed similar bridge initiatives, such as the creation of Cosmos Labs' Neutron platform. One of those things, like in Europe, and I'm sure elsewhere in the world, they have those energy production and distribution rules, protocols, like Euro 5, Euro 6, and so on, that don't allow the same company to own oil rigs, pipelines, refineries, and gas pumps to prevent huge businesses from monopolizing the market. Apparently not the case with DeFi, when Binance can invest in creating derivatives that ultimately end up on the Binance exchange. I don't know. I may be wrong. Anyway. The second quarter of the year has been solid for Bitcoin's performance as its market dominance gained against altcoins, which bled through the period according to CoinGecko's industry report. I'll make sure to drop the link in the description. Bitcoin and ETH continued to build their market share over the past months, while Binance Coin, XRP, and Cardano suffered double-digit losses over the quarter. DeFi tokens were hit particularly hard during the quarter, with Uniswap, Chainlink, and Lido taking double-digit losses as well. The top 5 metaverse and play-to-earn tokens by market cap also marked losses of up to 40%. Despite the bear market, Bitcoin miners are still bullish, even though in 2023 they've been forced to sell record amounts of Bitcoin to cover costs, with $128 million worth of Bitcoin sent to exchanges in June alone. The industry earned a whopping $184 million from transaction fees in Q2 2023, surpassing the total of 2022. The top 9 public Bitcoin mining firms saw their market capitalization increase by 257% from the start of 2023. Hut 8, for instance, sold 217 Bitcoin mined across May and June for $7.9 million. However, the company still holds more than 9,100 Bitcoins, $271 million equivalent, and plans to revisit its treasury strategy once its merger with the USBTC is complete. Foundry's business development senior manager Charles Chong noted that miners are forced to liquidate their Bitcoin to cover operational costs due to a scarce external capital and 15-30% margin. Despite these challenges, the Bitcoin mining difficulty hitting all-time high suggests that the network is at its most robust. I don't know about that. I have a different opinion on this subject, but we'll just cover that in some other video. Craig Wright, the self-proclaimed Bitcoin inventor, has won an appeal in the UK, allowing him to argue his case that the Bitcoin file format should receive copyright protection. A UK court previously dismissed Wright's claim in February 2023, but now he gets to argue that Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash breach his intellectual property rights. Wright's claim targets 26 defendants associated with Bitcoin, including developers and several entities of crypto exchange Coinbase. But don't get too excited. This ruling only means that Wright is allowed to argue his case. It doesn't address whether the Bitcoin file format should receive copyright protection or whether that copyright belongs to Wright. The question of whether Wright is indeed Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto will be determined at a trial slated to begin in January 2024. Stay tuned for more episodes of Who Gives a Crap Who Satoshi Really Is, unless it's the same person who shot Kennedy. Ilya Lichtenstein and Heather Morgan, aka rapper Razzlekhan, I urge you to check out her vids. They're so awful, they're awesome. The couple charged with laundering $4.5 billion in cryptocurrency and conspiracy to defraud the United States. So they agreed to a plea bargain. The charges stem from a 2016 hack of the crypto exchange Bitfinex. As part of the deal, the couple will forfeit nearly 120,000 Bitcoin. They're accused of laundering. The duo, arrested early this year, are set to appear before a judge on August 3rd and could face up to 20 years in prison. The Department of Justice seized $3.6 billion worth of crypto in February 2022, making it the department's largest financial seizure ever. The couple of defendants allegedly used numerous sophisticated laundering techniques, including false identities, automated transactions, and depositing funds on various exchanges and darknet markets. It's called layering. The Bitfinex platform lost 120,000 Bitcoins in the 2016 hack. Well, now all that wealth of financial freedom bringing BTC is fixing to become government property. How ironic. And more on this note, in a stunning display of originality, hackers compromised the Twitter account of Uniswap founder Hayden Adams to promote a scam. The account, followed by over 254,000 people, falsely claimed that Uniswap's Permit 2 contract was affected by an unknown exploit and that users' tokens were at risk. The solution? Click on the link in the tweet, of course. As you undoubtedly have already guessed, the link turned out to be malicious. The scam tweet was removed within minutes, but Adams was immediately blocked from his MetaMask and Coinbase wallets. Uniswap Labs confirmed the hack and warned users not to click on any links. In related news, water is wet, sky's blue. This incident is yet another reminder that social media platforms remain a favorite playground for bad actors in the crypto world. And finally, here are some highlights from the sparkling world of high fashion, NFTs, and auctioning off worthless pieces of code for millions. Kronos has announced a new partnership with Ubisoft, a leading video game creator and publisher. Ubisoft will join the Kronos ecosystem as a node validator, as well as continue its exploration of blockchain technology to support gaming use cases through its strategic innovation lab. OpenSea announced the launch of Deals, Deals, a peer-to-peer NFT swap function powered by OpenSea's native NFT protocol, Seaport. Deals allows collectors to trade NFTs with one another and add WETH, W-E-T-H, it's wrapped Ethereum as an incentive to sweeten the deal. Luxury fashion brand Gucci is partnering with auction house Christie's on a sale featuring the work of leading creators in the digital art space. It comprises 21 NFTs which harness artificial intelligence or other generative techniques to create interpretations of classic Gucci design elements. Yeah, we all need that. Louis Vuitton, in collaboration with Pharrell, has dropped an NFT of its iconic Speedy handbag. The bag is currently claimable as a digital collectible, while the physical version is set to be released in January 2024. The NFT named Speedy Via is exclusively available to Treasure Trunk NFT holders, the fashion brand's access token launched in June. And finally, blue chip NFT collection Doodles has announced new details of its collaboration with family entertainment company Camp. The partnership will bring to life an immersive experience of the Doodles world that will launch on August 19th. The joint venture will also introduce a co-branded collection of clothing and accessories, as well as a line of kids and youth products. And this is it for the episode 72 of our newsreel. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to the channel, subscribe to our TikTok where we keep the short ones, and I bid you adieu. Peace.
Hey, I'm Stephanie Ellen from New York City, and you're watching Shift. Don't forget to follow